loved it. Michael Scott's hilarious.
Yo, this up. This is Payne. This is Yo, Where You From show. This is our second show. We're excited to be here. We got more stuff, so we're gonna do our thing today.
Are y'all ready to start this show? I'm gonna bring up our host. Y'all are all like probably related to him or something. It is Anwar Fikri.
DC Comedy Loft, how you guys doing? There's a delay on that shit. A Thursday delay, like, oh, we work today, motherfucker. Thank you guys for coming. Well, me too. This is not my job yet, sir. But I'm trying, we're trying. Anyways, thank you guys for coming. Welcome to the Yo, Where You From show. I appreciate you guys for being here. Give yourselves a round of applause, please. Thank you. So this show's a little different. It's born out of a podcast that I used to do. And the idea is that when you talk to somebody, you want to know where they're from. And not just where they're from, but where their family's from. Because all of us who's been to therapy knows that everything stems from our childhood. That's the sad truth of it all, you know. Like for me, for example, like I'm a Moroccan American. I was born into it. And as a Moroccan American and a Muslim who was in middle school after 9/11, joining the Air Force was very important to me. Yeah. I got teased a lot, you know? Like I remember one time I was in the car with my Moroccan dad and we were driving around that time in middle school. And I just had a sixth sense for teasing, you know, I knew what was gonna happen. And somebody pulled up to our car and they were like, beep, 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 beep. Sir, I wanna tell you something. And I looked at my dad and I was like, Baba, don't roll down your window right now. But my dad was very nice. He watched too much NPR. He's like, Anwar, it's okay, it's okay. Rolls down his window and they go, fucking terrorists! They drove off. Yeah, I was upset. I was like, what the fuck, man? I knew it, you know? My dad went to console me. He's like, Anwar, take it easy, okay? But relax. The joke's on them. But I'm not terrorists. Like that, like we lost that exchange, Dad. That's not how teasing works. But anyways, fast forward, right? I'm in the Air Force, I come home on leave, I give my dad, a proud Air Force dad, bumper sticker. I'm like, there you go, Pops. That's for you. Now you're protected, right? So now we're driving around on leave and the same shit happens. Beep, 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 sir, roll down your window. I want to tell you something, roll down your window. I was like, do it, Dad, we're ready, right? Rolls down his window, he's like, I just want to let you know that you raised a fucking pussy. And then they drove off. Yeah, Marine Corps bumper sticker on the back of their pickup truck. Yeah, you can't win for losing. Again, my dad saw I was upset, and he was like, Anwar. You have a sister. I raised two pussies. Fuck you, Dad. Fuck this. I don't know, look, my dad's funny, but I think he got his sense of humor for being like a bus driver, you know? You interact with a lot of people. And there's nothing wrong with my dad being a bus driver. Like a school bus driver is fine. Until he became my fucking school bus driver. Dog, alright, my brother goes, I remember that shit. I know, brother, we're brothers.
I remember.
Shut the fuck up, let me do this joke, Omar. No, but the point is like, by round of applause, how many people here have missed the bus going to school? And I said, yeah. You guys missed the bus? I've missed the bus too. I had to, you know, do what everybody does, go back to their mom to ask for a ride. But imagine you miss the bus and the motherfucker driving it knows you're not on it because you're his fucking son. And you ran after the bus and you know those fucking mirrors are huge on the side. So then I go to my mom, I'm like, Mom, I missed the bus. She's like, I know, he called me. It's worse than that, right? Like, if you get in trouble at school and they're like, I'm calling home, you have time to like go home. Remember in the 90s, you could go delete the message or just think of an excuse or story? No, the teacher was in the fucking parking lot talking shit about me. And then I come out of school, go onto my dad's bus, home is what I call it. Walk to the back to sit with my friends, and then my dad waits till he starts driving. He grabs the thing, he's like, Anwar, come to the front of the bus. Then the walk of shame, dude. And then I gotta sit with all the nerds at the front of the bus that's going, Mr. Fickery, do you like Harry Potter? I watched all the Harry Potter. I'm like, fuck this, man. I sit with my friends. I don't know. Another thing, growing up Moroccan American, this is a very like Arab heavy area, but there's not a lot of Moroccans here. They're mostly in Virginia. I grew up in Maryland. And people don't know this about Moroccan Arabic, but we're very hard to understand to other Arabians, you know? I related to this. It's like Moroccan Arabic is to Arabic what Jamaican patois is to English. So imagine you walked up to somebody and you're like, hey, how you doing? And they're like, Shonda Paul, see me goes again. You're like, what? That's what Moroccan Arabic sounds like to other Arabians. All right, so let's get this show started. You ready for a good show? Hell yeah, hell yeah. All right, I'm gonna bring up your first person. He's the interviewer of this podcast, and then the second person I'm gonna bring up is the guest that they're gonna interview. But please, right now, put your hands together for the very funny, very tall Nelson Fuentes, everybody.
DC Comedy Loft. How we doing tonight, guys? You guys all right? That's what's up. I know what you guys are thinking, like, what is this column doing here? Trying to hold up the integrity of the building, guys. I care about your safety. I don't want you guys to die on me. This will be crazy. We got no insurance, is what I'm saying. What'd you say? 6'5", sir? 6'5". Yeah, taller than you. That's for sure. I'm playing. I don't even know, man. I'm just talking shit. No, I know I look like a failed Modell's employee. Was that too accurate? That was spot on. I'm still working there. It's part-time, so I'm not failed. No, I'm playing. I never worked at Modell's. I just shopped there. But I am a real estate agent. Being a real estate agent, it is a bit weird. Recently, this morning, I got into an argument with another realtor. He said, why couldn't your client leave a positive review for this property? Like, why couldn't he say it was charming? I told him Brad Pitt is charming. This house is a piece of shit with water penetration problems and foundational issues. Kind of like my girlfriend. Nice. She doesn't exist, guys. I just made her up for the joke. Looked like that worked. No, but being a real estate agent, it is weird. For example, I recently got a client complaint. It was, Nelson, we love the house, but we hate the location. And I was like, thank you for wasting 30 minutes of my time, because that's the only thing we knew before we got here was the fucking location. You even typed this shit in your GPS. Like, what'd you expect when we got to the property is what I asked the client. For me to be Hulk or some shit and lift this property off the ground? It's not how real estate works. You buy the land and improve upon it. Okay, not too many homeowners in the crowd. That's the vibe I'm getting. Okay, I got business cards if you guys want to come talk to me afterwards. We could do a little seminar or some shit outside. White people? No, okay, alright, that's cool. Fuck y'all. No, being a real estate agent, it is weird because I grew up in PG County. Anybody here from PG County? No? Okay. It's all good. It's all good. I can fight everybody individually afterwards. One at a time, not, you know, as a group. If I had like 2 more people, I would have taken you guys all at once. But no, growing up in PG County, I was taught that when people stare at you for a long period of time, it's a sign of disrespect. Right? And I was recently at a red light, and this dude kept staring at me. And this was a long ass light, so I ended up lowering the window, and I was like, hey yo, we got a problem? He started shaking and shit. He was like, sorry, I wanted to buy a house. I forgot I got the realtor logo on the side of the car with my name and number on that motherfucker. It's all good. I ended up selling him a house, so that's my boy now. Yeah, he's my boy. Before real estate, I used to work at Macy's. Anybody familiar with Macy's? The retail store? Yeah. I worked at a dangerous Macy's in Bethesda, Maryland. The area isn't dangerous. I know that's why you guys are laughing. It was the Macy's. Yeah. The Macy's used to get robbed like every other day. Yeah, it was poorly run. Thankfully, I was part-time, so I was never there when they got robbed. 9 months eventually, though, they ended up firing me on the spot once they found me robbing the place. Which makes a lot of sense, because, you know, security isn't supposed to be doing that shit.
This is too real.
But they gave me the keys, so what could they expect at 16, you know? They should have done more research into PG County, is what I'm saying. Okay, that's fucked up for you guys. All right, that's cool. Whatever. I'm from PG County. I can talk shit all I want. Fuck you guys. Yeah, there you go. We're in DC. What'd you talk about?
I said, where in PG County?
Oh, we're in PG County. West Hydesville is where I'm from. Oh, we got to clap. That's what's up. That's what's up. See, now we about to jump you, bro. I'm playing. You was asking too many questions. I'm playing. Has anybody noticed the pandemic has made people rude? You guys notice this? Right? I was out the other night and this woman, she turns around and says to me abruptly, "Excuse me, can you please get the fuck off my back?" And I was like, wow, this is my bed. Like, how do you think you got here? I had to take the mask off, but okay, I'll put it back on. Here's my vaccine card. Good night. Nice. We don't got too many hoes in here. That's what's up. No, I was recently hooking up with this chick, right? And we were like 5 minutes into doggy style. You guys familiar with this position? Yeah, okay. Yeah, one more right here, get pussy. All right, that's cool. So we were like 5 minutes into this, and she's like, "Hey, can you please stop? I need a break." And I'm like, "Why? Is my dick game too intense?" And she's like, "No, relax. I have scoliosis." Yeah, I feel bad for you guys who got that. I was like, all right, that's cool, as long as you tell my friends I broke your back. All right, that's dumb, but all right, that was worth the reaction for me. So I'm gonna keep doing that one, is what I'm saying. I used to date this chick who, her father used to threaten me all the time. He would say things like, "If you hurt my daughter, you'll feel my pain." Any other dudes get threats like this? Right, yeah. So he would say these things and I would just hang up the phone on this dude because he was in jail. I'm not about to let somebody talk to me like that over the phone. They can't do shit, you feel me? No? Okay. Yeah, he's behind the glass, you feel me? Okay. So he would say, he would call back the next day though and still talk shit to his daughter about me. So I just remind him why he's in jail. I'll be like, "Look man, you're in for attempted murder. I'm not scared of you because you're a failure." Like, what I'm saying is you can try, but based off the proven track history, you won't be successful. Oh, too harsh for you guys? This is my real life. Fuck you guys. Anybody here been skydiving? I'm gonna end off on a different joke. Anyway, yeah, okay, you went skydiving? I went skydiving too, but before I went, I Googled the reviews for this place to like try to scare myself straight. And as I'm searching, I'm like, "Nelson, what are you doing? Dead people can't write reviews." Like, I'm not sure what I thought I was gonna find. Maybe a review that said, "Hey, I went here, now I'm in the afterlife. Like, it's not worth it." I didn't find that shit, so I still ended up going. I took my ex with me, that was pretty interesting. Her funeral's this Tuesday. So now they got one good review, guys. A job well done. You guys remember? No? Okay. Relax, guys. I wouldn't take her. That's a $300 experience. With that kind of money, I could fly to Florida and back. Reported as credit card fraud. Keep the cash. This is a scheme, guys. If you guys want to get in it, you can talk to me afterwards. But if anybody is interested in skydiving, I Googled cheaper alternatives. So if anybody's interested, you can search up Spirit Airlines. They got you guys. All right, I'm gonna introduce your next comedian, guys. Make some noise for Christine O'Day.
Oh, give it up for Nelson, everybody. Keep it going, boy. He's got some really niche, like, realtor jokes that I appreciate. He's like, "Do you guys fuck with wearing a blazer and having your face on a park bench?" Sorry, I'm a little out of it. I had trouble getting up here. I'm kind of sore. I was working out earlier. I've been working out a lot recently, trying to lose some weight. Anybody else here Liars. I'm not trying. I should though, because I do want a better body. I want one of those summer bodies, you know. Summer stresses me out a lot. They keep calling every summer hot girl summer. I'm a lukewarm bitch at best. It's like, when are they gonna name a season after me, right? Where's bad at hand jobs winter? She's gonna have to pay for her own drink solstice. You guys are like, why is a 30-year-old woman still giving hand jobs? It's because I don't like the taste of jizz. Yeah, simple explanation, but I don't care for the taste. That's why when I suck the dick, I do it from the side, like I'm eating corn on the cob. You guys ever try that? Rub some butter on the dick, sprinkle some salt, you know. That's fine Southern cuisine. No, I live in Maryland, so I sprinkle Old Bay on the dick. It's nice. That way, if he has crabs, it's fancy. He's like, baby, why do you keep putting brown paper on the bed? It gets grosser the more you think about it. I was telling the truth before about wanting a better body. It's hard though. It's hard to get in shape when you're like super out of shape, and I am. I got runner's diarrhea from walking the other day. I didn't know that could happen. I looked it up. I Googled, can you get runner's diarrhea from walking? Have you ever Googled something that had nothing to do with self-harm, and it still sends you back the suicide hotline number? I'm like, thanks Google, already in the contacts list. Oh, it's been weird. I've been talking to people who work out. They say weird things to me. One guy said, nothing beats a runner's high. I was like, I can think of some things. Like a high from any other substance. Anything else. That's a cultural difference, you know. People who hike and jog health nuts, you know, those are usually people who don't use drugs. But I use drugs. I love drugs. I do. I do. A year ago, I did so much cocaine I had to be sent to the hospital. And the whole time I was like, I'm so glad that I wasn't jogging. I was like, my heart is racing. This is cardio, right? This counts. Dudes who lift weights are the worst. They would say it makes them feel powerful. Not me. What makes me feel powerful is when I'm at Chipotle and the employee is straining to get all the contents of my burrito into one tortilla. Oh, that shit makes me feel like a man. Like, hell yeah. It's kind of sexual, right? It's sort of porny, that moment. Yeah, because it's always some 20-something-year-old girl. She's like, I can't, it's too big. Oh, baby, your order is so big. I'm like, yeah, take it all, bitch. Like, double rice, 2 kinds of meat. She's like, oh, it's tearing, it's tearing. Like, yeah, I could have gotten a bowl, but I wanted to see you work for it. Last girl, she was like, oh, Dios mío. She was white. I don't know why she said that. Nah, I want to fix my relationship with food. I want to get a little bit better looking. I actually did get lipo recently under my chin. I wanted to remove my double chin to make it easier for men to choke me in bed. Yeah, it's hard for a man to grab your neck when he can't find it. You know? You realize how much it ruins the mood when you're like, choke me, daddy, and then you have to lift up a flap? Like a fat guy trying to find his dick. I'm like, oh, I haven't seen this since sophomore year. Nah, if anyone here wants to see a plastic surgeon, I have some advice. There's an initial consultation, and they'll talk to you about it. Tell him immediately what you're getting. It is devastating to watch him guess. He guessed with me. He guessed. He knew liposuction. He was like, liposuction on your stomach? I was like, well, now I am, bitch. Negging? What the fuck? And I told him, I was like, no, it's just under the chin. And he actually grabbed the area, called it a glob, first off, not a medical term. Grabbed it, started shaking it. And he was like, yeah, this is great. I got a lot to work with here. I was like, thank you. I like to be accommodating. I'm sick of going to doctors. I actually had my first mammogram recently. It was very painful. I don't know, for those of you who don't know what a mammogram is, it's where they take your breast and they squeeze it until you confess to a war crime. I was confessing all kinds of shit. I was like, I killed him, and he was fucking the maid, but I was like, fucking ugh. They found a mass in my breast. First off, I'm fine, but they did find a mass, which was scary but also exciting, because it's the first time I've ever been able to call my breasts massive. Very nice. But I kept hearing, I got a biopsy, and I was waiting for the results, and I kept hearing the same thing. People were like, oh, you know, waiting is the hardest part. Waiting's the hardest part, which is weird because I've never met a person with cancer being like, man, that waiting was a bitch. I've never, like, stage 3 cancer, 4 cancer, no, the waiting stage. Like, that's the worst one. No, I've been trying to get in a health kick afterwards, taking care of myself. I was talking about weight loss before, but I think I like the way my body, you know, I just want to be healthier. I'm not trying to change the way I look. I would like to be literally lighter, if that makes sense. I don't know, I want to be light enough to have that sex, you know, where the guy's standing, you know, that shit, woman has her legs wrapped around his waist, he's like holding her up. I like the idea of that position, because I like the idea of being fucked while pretending to be a baby. Is that weird? What? You can call your guy daddy, but Dada's too far? Like, what the... That position is why I want to lose weight. I want to be light enough to where when I suggest that position to a man, he doesn't get a look on his face. You know, like he's about to put a new TV on a shelf that he built. Just debating between an orgasm and a hernia. I'm like, wipe all that math off your face, motherfucker. No, I would try that position out. I just don't think it's real. I don't think it's... I've seen it in the cinema. Cinema is what I call it when I bring my laptop into my bathtub. Does anybody masturbate with the bathtub faucet? No? I'm the only one here who's been single to the point where she's fucking appliances? That's fine. I'm just trying to get limber enough for the fridge. Yeah. That's the daddy that brings me Hot Pockets. I'm going to Home Depot on the weekend, like, oh, this faucet is a provider. If you don't know what I'm talking about, I'll explain it. There's a way that you can self-pleasure if you have a vagina. It's very fun. You get in the bathtub, you turn the faucet on, you put your junk under the faucet. It's a neat little game. You have to orgasm before you drown. It's autoerotic asphyxiation with like a nautical twist. Yar. It's fun. As the water rises, I like to pretend that I'm the victim of some kind of Bond villain scenario. It's like, you have 2 minutes to come, Mr. Bond. I do eventually want to start having sex with another person. I hear it's cool. Well, last guy I had sex with, he did something I didn't like, though. He got upset when I asked him to put on a condom, which made me mad because I love condoms. They're my favorite things. Condoms prevent the 3 things that I most don't want to happen, which is pregnancies, STDs, and a man having a good time. That's my favorite part. At the beginning, he puts it on, he's like, now it's not going to be good for me. I'm like, well, now it's great for me. I was like, why are we doing it? I just came, you know? Some of you guys found that amusing. Some of the men were like, that's not funny. Like, I have a latex allergy. No, I've been trying to get out there. I've been trying to have more sex, you know, trying to get out there more. I spend a lot of time just on the internet. That's my problem. But I don't follow hot people. It makes me too jealous. On Instagram, I just follow cute dogs and cats. Do you guys like the cute dog and cats account? I like do. I've been seeing a weird thing though. People have been putting pictures of their dogs and they've been putting emojis over their dog's junk. Have you guys seen that? You guys are like, that's a you problem that you follow that. All right, we got one person. We got one taker on this dog cock emoji joke. All right, this is for you. No, it's crazy. They keep putting emojis over the junk, which is nuts, because it makes the dog look so much sexier. Right? Yeah? A dog, it's just a dog. It's cute. You put an emoji under its dick, it becomes a burlesque show. It's like, I'm like, oh my god. There's mystery, you know? I'm like, what's underneath that emoji? Is it a dog dick? I don't know. It's weird. I follow this girl on TikTok, and she made this video. She was like, people keep making fun of my cat because it has a weird-looking asshole. And what were the comments on that video? Thousands of people being like, show me that cat's ass. Show it to me. Like, people were getting mad, all caps, exclamation points, like, you better show me that ass. And she was making follow-up videos being like, you guys want to see it so bad. It's like, but I'm not going to show it to you. I'm like, is there a paywall? OnlyFans? What? I'll pay anything. I finally understood what it's like being a man on Instagram, because I'm DMing this girl being like, look, I'm not like those other guys. I think you're special. Now show me that pussy. See, I do need to get out there more. I'm trying to have sex with more people. Sometimes people get like weird when I say that. But I want to, because I was like late to the game. I lost my vaginal virginity when I was 28. Yeah, you got that. That is a bloodhound for whores right there. It's like, you didn't need to make that specification, but you did. By the way, there's 2 types of women, okay? Women who specify types of virginities and fucking nerds. No, I used to have anal sex. I did, but not for pleasure or religious reasons or any of that. I only had anal sex because it was the one chance I got to brag to a guy about the size of the shits that I've taken. Oh, I see you guys are intimidated by powerful women. And that's power. You bring up anal, he's like, are you sure? I don't want to hurt you. And I'm like, trust me. You won't. Lean into it like the amount of gas station toilets I've clogged. You think your little dick is going to do anything? Maybe I shouldn't talk so much about shitting, but you wouldn't tell Van Gogh not to talk about painting, so I feel like I too will not be appreciated in my lifetime. People sometimes get weirded out when I say I'm trying to have more sex, because women aren't supposed to want to have a lot of sex, right? Because what happens? Our vaginas get huge and flap in the wind and take over Poland, or whatever. Christine's vagina seen crossing the border. That's not true, by the way. That's a myth. That vaginas get bigger the more sexually active a woman is. But I think that'd be dope. I think that'd be really cool if it got bigger and stronger the more it sucked in like Kirby. You know? Gotcha. Every guy I have sex with, I gain a new ability from him. Like, cool. Now I can listen to the Grateful Dead without vomiting. Thanks, Bryce. Men like the idea of a virginal woman, which I hate. Like, men like the idea of a woman with a low body count, which is messed up because I have a low body count because men don't want to fuck me. Weird, right? It's a weird paradox. It's a weird paradox I live in where being unfuckable makes me more fuckable. I'm going up to guys being like, yeah, you want this pussy? You want this pussy? Because no one wants this pussy. Nobody. I'm like a swimming pool at a Days Inn, disgusting. But you have the whole place to yourself. Same policy, you do have to bring your own towel. And a guy definitely died in there, so swim safely. Alright, that has been my time, you guys. We're off here. I don't know what that means when I don't leave.
Keep it clapping for Christine O'Day, everybody. Come on, keep it clapping. So we're not going to do the interview portion of this show. So Christine, feel free to have a seat if you like, or you can stand, whatever you guys feel.
I'm too fat for the skirt. This is the first time I'm wearing it. I just lost enough weight to zip it up.
Oh, I don't feel you on that, but that's because I don't wear skirts. But where are you from, Christine? If we can ask you.
Northern Virginia. I'm from the area.
Northern Virginia. Okay. And your parents, are they also from Northern Virginia?
I don't know where they're from. I don't talk to them much. My dad, like, briefly lived in Alabama, so...
Alabama. Okay, so they're...
Do not ask him what he thinks about people who are not white.
Okay. So we get the background a little bit. Okay. Are they both white, if you don't mind me asking?
Yeah, they're both white.
They're both white? Okay, alright.
I mean, I'm see-through.
Hey, I don't know. There's like some people in here that like could be mixed. You never know.
Yeah, hiding amongst us. Sorry, that's the Alabama talking. They look just like us.
So you said you're from Northern Virginia.
Yes.
Did you go to school in Northern Virginia?
Mm-hmm.
Was it like a public school,
Yeah.
private school, public school? So growing up, were you around like any other, like a lot of white people or just colored people? How were you?
Don't we don't say that.
I didn't mean to say it like that, but like.
Have you been hanging out with my dad? Like,
Possibly. Yeah, there you go.
mixed?
You're speaking for her? You went to her school? Oh, okay. Well, let her talk.
Wait, what? No, I was interested in what you were saying. I don't know if I can say mixed now that you shouted it so angrily.
No, I meant color. No, I mean. I was gonna say, yeah.
It's like a rake that you keep stepping on.
Yeah, definitely. No, but did you was it like a predominantly white school? Was it mixed?
Yeah, so it was mostly like half white people, and then there was like Middle Eastern and Asian, and yeah.
Okay. Were you like peer pressured into any type of drug activities, negative activities, things like
wish.
that? Damn. So you were like a nerd, if you don't mind me asking?
Yeah, a little bit. I briefly had like a half-year friendship with people who like smoked weed, and then
they didn't offer.
No, they did. I wasn't very. I wasn't like offered drugs. You don't get offered drugs that much in high school, which is like, I mean, I guess I don't. I'm always disappointed by how little I'm offered drugs. I thought comedy would get me more drugs, honestly.
I did too. I'm not gonna lie. I thought people would walk up to you and be like, "Hey, do you want to hit this weed with me?" or something like that. But it doesn't. It happened like once, but It's been 3 years now, so.
I'm talking about different drugs.
Oh,
but
like cocaine or some shit? What is your choice of drug, if you don't mind me asking?
Crystal meth.
Wow! Expected, but, still surprised.
I briefly, after college, I wanted to like travel and see the world, and then I this is like a weird story, I'll give you a bridge. I like met a guy, and he told me he was backpacking, and backpacking and homelessness, very identical if you're a dumbass like me. So I I thought he was like backpacking, but he just like lived outside. But anyway, he was a heroin addict, and then heroin was fine, but I loved meth. That was like catnip to me.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, that's what's up.
Great, yeah.
4 days. Oh, so you only did it for 4 days?
No, I didn't stay up for 4 days. That was an over-exaggeration. But literally 3 days, I didn't sleep one time.
Oh,
Yeah.
one time. No, how long were you doing crystal meth for?
Like a year.
Oh, a year. That's not too bad.
It's not bad.
Yeah.
It wasn't so bad.
It's like a relationship, right? We all live long enough to have like 1 or 2 relationships or vices. So why do you like dogs so much? I mean, I love dogs.
They're dicks.
They're like bigger than humans usually, or
The dog's dick?
Yeah,
Oh,
I don't
that's
really know.
if you think that.
I'm just asking. Like, what's the compare? Like, why?
You're like,
I mean,
their dicks are so big, man.
No, but they're cool. They're
No,
cool.
they're cute.
They're
They're
really
cute
cool
little
animals.
things.
Yeah. I love dogs. I take care of dogs, but I don't have the responsibility to like keep one. Do you have one?
No, I don't. I'm also not responsible enough.
Yeah, I feel you. What about cats?
I'm trying to get a cat. It's been a hard. Okay, it's like everyone who gives out cats. It's either like we need a background check and a landlord and proof of like, or they're just literally throwing it at you. And
Really? For the cats are more chill than the dogs.
To get a cat?
No, I meant like in general.
No,
like,
I mean
barely
like
have to
getting.
do.
No, yeah, when you get it. But I'm saying like I'm like trying to like talk to like this isn't funny or interesting at all. But I'm like I've been talking to adoption people and it's like an interview process and it's frustrating because it's like I could just go outside and get a cat.
No, yeah, that's true. That's true. You find them all over the street. All right, cool. Well, Christine, what do you do for work?
I'm a software engineer.
Software engineer. Not too many things that are.
Oh, and we have
Oh,
another
you can clap for that.
software
Yeah.
engineer.
We got some software engineers here. Competition.
What's your stack? That's an industry term.
They were just probably congratulating you. They're not smart enough to be at your level. I'm playing.
No, I'm not good at it at all. I actually had a performance review recently, and I was rated as below strong, which doesn't sound bad, but it's actually the lowest a Capital One employee can be ranked.
Oh wow.
It's a very passive-aggressive company.
Oh wow. So did you have to have a degree for this job?
My degree is in physics, so I have like a logic background, but like everything that I used to get the job was self-taught.
Okay, so are you you're basically Googling the answers for everything at work, are you?
Yeah.
Oh, damn. See, everybody can make money, guys, is what I'm saying. All right, cool. You did mention that you had surgery. Do you mind me asking how much that surgery cost?
$4,500.
$4,500. So that could have been, yeah, that's not bad at all. $4,500, guys. You guys got that type of money? If you do, come talk to me afterwards. I got business cards. You guys can go buy a house. No, but Christine, a couple more questions here. We already talked about your choice of drug. What is your choice of drink, if you don't mind me asking? I know you talked about it earlier.
Just everything. I love alcohol so much. I love it so fucking much. Vodka sodas are usually what I drink because it's low calorie, so you can have like 10 of them. And then, yeah, vodka sodas mostly. I like bourbon if I'm like actually tasting it, but if I'm just Pac-Manning my way through a Friday evening.
Feel you. Yeah, okay. Christine, when you're not doing comedy or where you're not doing any software engineering, where could people find you? Or what would you be doing? What's your hobbies?
Oh God, nothing. I'm just just cryogenically frozen every time you don't see me. I like video games.
What type of video games?
Anything where I get to kill a prostitute.
Oh, wow. I think we've all done that. Raise your hands. There you go. I think we've all done that. There you go. It's normal. Kill a prostitute at 8.
Now you're in The Sims.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, that whore thought that ladder in the pool was still gonna be there. She was not correct.
Christine, if you could pick one celebrity to hook up with, who would that be and why?
Oh God.
That's the last question, by the way.
Celebrity. A living celebrity. Anybody dead? No, I can't really think of like I don't really find people that attractive.
One
yeah,
comic. A comic? Would that make it easier?
I have already fucked too many comics.
Okay, so then a celebrity.
Yeah, a celebrity. I'm trying to think of any kind of celebrity that I don't even know. I feel like Conan O'Brien would be very interesting. It'd be
Wow.
kind of very hentai-ish. Could he just like?
Isn't he like 60 though?
Is he? Yeah, I guess he is. Time flies. Ugh.
Yeah, like it'll be hard to get it up for him.
Wow.
But you said why was the reason? What was the reason again?
Because he's so lanky. Well, what are you doing after this, actually?
There you go. All right. Clap it up for Christine O'Day, everybody.
Keep it going, keep it going, keep it going! Nelson Fuentes and Christine O'Day, how about that? Weird format, right? You put two people who would never hang out in high school on the same stage. The basketball player and the cat girl. It's like, great. It's very interesting. So, all right, Alabama girl in a PG County, like, not, I was gonna say Mexican. I know generally Latino. I'm sorry, Nelson. I really apologize. Central American here, mostly, right?
Yeah.
Yup. All right, let's do this. By continent, let's do a round of applause. How many people's families from Asia? Round of applause, yeah, okay. Africa? My brother, there we go. I knew I was gonna get one. Europe! White people, yeah, let's do that. What am I missing?
Jamaica.
This place, yeah, North and South, North America. South America? Yo, we have all the continents. All right, Antarctica, Australia. Now we have all the continents represented except two. Fuck those fucking continents. All right. I don't know. I'm sorry. I don't know. I have no idea. What I'm doing now is stalling for time, obviously. It's great to have like a Muppet in the back. It's my favorite thing. I want to let you guys in on something that I've been going through recently. By round of applause, I mean, it was a shitty pandemic, but I had a pretty good one, right? I mean, I did. I had a great pandemic. Like in the beginning, I you know, when it started, I got in the gym, I lost like 10 pounds. In the middle, my son was born. He's a year old now.
Hey.
You know, give it up for my son, you know? Yeah. That's right. Yeah, no, pandemic. Pull out game week, motherfucker. I know, I got lazy. But I have a son now, and that's what's important. But I'm saying, look, I'm saying it was a good thing. I'm putting that in the good category. And at the end of the pandemic, I'm now going through a divorce. Woo! Yeah, she goes say, oh. A woo and a oh.
Maybe.
Yeah. The divorce is fine. It's amicable. Everything's nice. She's in the audience right now, everybody. Doesn't that make it weird? Yeah. Fuck yeah. Thank you for being here and recording. Didn't we tell everybody not to record?
Yeah.
No.
Sorry. Another fail in marriage.
She's funny too, guys. I promise. I mean, it didn't work, but we laughed a lot. I'm saying. No, look, everything's fine. She's here supporting me. We're having an amicable divorce, but I am trying to figure out like who's winning the divorce Olympics. She thinks she is. Yeah, she thinks she is. And you know what? She might have a point. She's living in the house we both paid for. She's driving the car we both saved up for, like a new Audi Q5. It's fresh, right? That's a lot of points in her favor. But she's also like getting into healing crystals right now. That's a tie, babe. I'm sorry. Yeah, listen, if you start doing tarot cards on TikTok, I win, okay? That's what's happening next. I'm sorry,
And he's on.
there's a light joke. You're gonna heckle? Well, let's do this. Is there a lawyer in the audience? Let's settle this right now, everybody. Just kidding. Love you, mother of my children. That's my favorite. So we have 2 children together. They're beautiful, beautiful kids. One of the conversations we had during our marriage was about when our daughter lost her first tooth, right? We're Muslim. I'm Moroccan. She's half Pakistani, half Indonesian. That's why she looks like if Harold and Kumar had a kid. I'm sorry. She knows that joke. That's an old one. I'm sorry. But my daughter lost her first tooth. She came up to me. She was like, "Babe, you remember this?" She was like, "Babe, let's do the tooth fairy." I was like, "What?" We're Muslim, dog. We don't believe in magic, you know? Like, my daughter came up to me, she was like, "Daddy, is Santa real?" And I had to look at her and be like, "Nah, dog. Like, I don't know what to tell you. I'm sorry. Like, I didn't grow up with the motherfucker. You ain't either. Don't tell your friends Santa's not real, and no, you're not getting presents on Christmas." Right. She was like, "Well, Dad, what do we do for Christmas?" I was like, "Zaina, we don't do Christmas, we do Eid." She's like, "Well, what's that?" I'm like, "All right, it's like Christmas, but it's a little different. Basically, we're gonna starve you for 30 days. Okay? And at the end of it, we're gonna slaughter a ram. And then you're gonna eat that ram, and that's your version of have a holly jolly Christmas." Yeah. It was a good time. All right, you guys ready for the rest of your show? Put your hands together. Thank you very much. I'm gonna bring up your next interviewer. Put your hands together for Michael Scotton, everybody.
Yeah, guys, make some noise for Anwar. And he's like 95% of the crowd. Was it just me or the last interview seemed like the start of a porn video? Right? There was weird sexual undertones like that. Any porn people in the crowd? I actually finished Pornhub recently. It was pretty good. It's kind of like Game of Thrones. It got worse by the end. Y'all ever get so deep into Pornhub you're on page like 7 or 8? It's like I should have just read a book at this point. Let's be real. No, I watch porn for the women. I'm a straight man, but I feel like male porn stars are important. Any of my 5 straight men in the audience right here agree with me? Yeah. You ever be watching porn and you're like, I just don't like this guy's vibe right now. I told that joke to one of it's like I just wouldn't hang out with this guy outside of porn. I told that joke to one of my friends. She's like, "Michael, it sounds like you might be bisexual adjacent." That's not a real thing, right? It sounds like something we gotta learn in trigonometry. Take the cosine of the angle, multiply it by the bisexual adjacent, you find out that you're gay. He's like, "No, like sexuality is a spectrum, you're somewhere on that spectrum." I'm like, "Wait, are you saying I'm autistic right now?" Because I'm not. I'm not autistic, by the way. For those of y'all in the crowd that are like, "I don't believe you." I got tested in kindergarten, okay? Negative. I don't know, it wasn't like a COVID, they didn't swab me. We're like, "All right, you're not autistic," but still, I feel like it was close, right? I'm kind of on the borderline there, but I'm trying to work on myself. I found that like exercising and working out has made me more confident in social situations, and I think it's dope that you could beat Asperger's by just fucking grinding, bro. Every day I'm in the gym, I'm getting slightly less autistic. Payne is autism leaving the body. Nice, thanks, man. I'm on antidepressants, though. Not even a joke. One of the main side effects of antidepressants, they inhibit your ability to have an orgasm. So, obviously I need to communicate that with my sexual partners. The last girl that was like, "Hey, just wanted to give you a heads up, I am on antidepressants." That is why you did not have an orgasm. She's like, that's not how that works. I was like, I think I know how it works. I'm the one who takes them. We get in these big fights about it. Finally one night she's like, Michael, I can't do this anymore. I'm not happy in this relationship. And I was like, I got something you could take for that, actually. If you talk to your doctor about selective serotonin reuptake inhibitors, they inhibit the reuptake of your serotonin selectively. Maybe we're both on it, they could cancel each other out and you would have an orgasm again. I don't know how science works. I don't think the clitoris is real though. I feel like I would have found it by now. Been searching a long time. I feel like the clitoris is some type of allegory or analogy we need to solve as men, right? Like, the real clitoris is being confident in yourself, bro. Oh yeah. All the dudes thought that was hilarious. The women did not at all. It's cool, man. I'm the token white guy of the show. So the 3 white people here are my family / friends. I'm trying to figure out like what kind of white guy I want to be in this world right now. I come from a very diverse Caucasian family. Y'all familiar with like Montgomery County? Yeah, that's where my dad is from. Like a very pretentious upper middle only Ladensville. Okay, I don't.
No, you don't fuck with us.
Nah, I just hate my dad. So, well, his family is very like pretentious, upper middle class kind of white. That's Montgomery County, right? My mom's family has been described as Baltimore white trash before. So it's weird. I'm like towing the line perfectly right now between white trash and rich asshole. I'll do stuff like hire a prostitute, but then try to pay her in Bitcoin or something. Try turning my dick pic into an NFT. Just made it look way smaller. I'm like, babe, it's a blockchain. You don't understand. No, if you understand crypto, you wouldn't. It's cool, man. It's just tough. I don't have like any like white male role models on either side of my family. The dudes on both sides really suck. On my mom's side, it's like 50-year-old cops married to someone they went to high school with. On my dad's side, it's like 50-year-old day traders married to someone I went to high school with. I don't like either of those options because I'm not trying to be a cop, obviously, but I'm like not comfortable with the idea that the love of my life is out there tonight learning how to read. And life only gets harder after that, man. Nice. But yeah, I don't think I'm bisexual, but I hope that we can continue to, you know, protect the rights of the LGBTQ community. No homo, but like, come on, can I get some noise for that, right? Like, yeah, it's like there was that debate a few years ago, like, oh, can trans people use whatever bathroom they want? Y'all remember? That was like a big hot button issue. Here's my take. If you're trans and want to use the same restroom as me, go ahead, as long as you don't snitch on me for doing cocaine in the stall. That's really it. I don't care what you have in your pants as long as it's not a police badge, because my pants are the baggie of cocaine. Any cocaine people here? Nah, one of y'all was supposed to be like, woo, and I'd be like, see me after the show. And, you know, like, this guy's so good at crowd work. Oh my God. I'll still tell the cocaine show. Y'all ever do so much cocaine when you're in a getting a COVID test? Cocaine like comes out on the Q-tip. Like, nah, you're like, hey, she put that back in there, doc, real quick. Hey, I guess if I do have COVID, it's probably having a fun time up there right now. COVID is up my nose, like, bro, we should start a podcast, honestly. We can do this shit. Any weed people in the crowd? Yeah. Y'all have been like a little low energy. And then I talked about weed, oh, fuck it, you got weed, bro? Start laughing at this guy's jokes. I like driving while I'm high. I got one of those notifications that was like accident reported ahead in 500 feet. And then I didn't see anything, so I was like, oh, fuck, wait, hold up. I'm the accident. Then I drove my car into a tree. I'm like, this new iOS update is insane. No, I love weed. It's made me more like empathetic, made me more, understand other people's perspective. Like I never understood why girls cared if you texted them back in a quick manner. That's like an important thing, right? Is to be responsive over text, right, ladies? Yeah. And then I had a weed dealer who wasn't responsive over text. This shit makes perfect sense. I hit my guy up for an eighth. If I don't hear back in like an hour or two, I start getting real paranoid. I'm like, fuck, is he mad at me right now? Or something? Nah, he's probably just busy. Does he think I'm talking to other drug dealers right now? Leaving him voicemails, back against the wall, playing like Marvin's Room by Drake. Like, bro, you're the best thing that ever happened to me, I swear, man. Just give me one night. I just took a nap, dude. Living at home right now, living with my mom. Should probably move out, but my dad sort of beat me to the punch there, unfortunately. He's out there and they grow up so fast. So proud of him. It's just weird. It's weird when your own father feels like your stepdad. There was a while I didn't even know where he lived. I was trying, and you can't go to your father and be like, Dad, where the fuck do you live? So I had to ask like context clues. I'm like, so Dad, who are you voting for the House of Representatives this year? Just so I could like narrow it down a congressional district or something. Found out he's living in South Carolina. He's living in South Carolina right now. To be racist or something. I don't know why he's down there, but he has a girlfriend now, and my mom is single, and I don't like that juxtaposition, which is, I guess, a weird way of me saying I want someone to fuck my mom. So there are any takers. I know Anwar's single right now. All right, too close to the chest, too close. I would not want anyone to fuck my mom. The point is, I need a male role model in my life, right? Like, you can, teach me how to, change a tire and find a clitoris and shit like that. You could come over and, we could play catch in the backyard. You could fuck my mom. Could get you one of those shirts that says, I'm not the stepfather, I'm the father that stepped up. Or you could take an Instagram pic, I could post it on my story and be like, did my dad view this? I think this is my time. I'm gonna introduce our last comic, and then I will interview him, and it'll probably be semi-sexual. Give it up for Haywood Turpinseed!
All right, thank you. Let's start here. What's your mama look like? What's she looking like? Wacko. It's turnip seed, but it's okay. So. It's turnip seed, white man. I love white comedians, man. It is really cool seeing young white man. It is. It's good seeing young white male comedians, right? Like, you be like, man, I'm so glad they're in here. Instead of out there trying to be like a police officer or fucking president or some shit. That's all we need is another white male president, right? Oh, was that too much? For this rip-roar crowd? So yeah, my name is Haywood. I live in DC. I live in Southeast Washington, DC. Pissed my kid off recently. I called him a nerd. I did. I called him a nerd. He was like, don't call me the N-word, Dad. I was like, ooh, that is not the N-word, child. And he's young. He was like, well, what is the N-word? And my other son, his brother, was like, numbskull. Numbskull. That's what I said. I was like, oh, shit. I looked at my wife. I was like, baby, we made it. They are privileged. You have privileged children. My daughter was like, I don't know about privilege. These niggas are stupid. She is 5. I was like, get it, baby girl. You are right. You are so right. These niggas are stupid. So as I explained, my wife and I, we have 4 children, 3 boys and a girl, and I'm pretty hip. I do understand that could change one day. The younger people laugh at that. The younger people, the older people, are like, what you talking about? And that's the problem. That is the problem. Because I understand, like, you can change what they like. I understand, like, don't put this, like, sexuality, like, I am, at my 40s, and I've been voting for 20-some odd years, and I only recently came out as a Democrat. So, like, I've been undecided for so long. Like, how many white men do I get to choose from? 2? This is some bullshit. There's 2 white males I get to choose from. Let me give you my history, right? I'm from Gary, Indiana originally, right? My mother, here's the truth of my life. My mother had 4 husbands. So whenever I say I know who my forefathers are, I'm serious. Like people be like, yo, you know your forefathers? Yeah, I know all 4 of them niggas. Like I know, like by name. Like some people like your ancestors. No, nigga, my 4 fathers. Like 4 niggas of the apocalypse. Like she married my dad, right? My dad was a very cool dude. His name was Haywood, right? Like Haywood. Let's talk about that for a minute. My name is Haywood. Like not Hayward. Some people say Hayward. Like whenever I introduce myself to people, I just say my name is Wood. I'll never say my name is Haywood. Because at some point you'll be like, hey, Wood. And somebody say, oh, they're saying all because they know it's a slave name. Because I ain't even got to the turnip seed yet, right? I was like, I said my name is Haywood. Somebody be like, what's your first name? I'm like, Haywood. They're like, well, what's your last name? I'm like, turnip seed. They're like, ooh, White people always like, that's interesting. Black people are like, nigga, that hurts. That hurts me, and my last name is Washington. Because turnip seed is a unique name, right? I gotta explain that shit to people, right? Like I got an African friend, well he's from Senegal, I know what country he's from. I say Africa because it's all the same. He's from Senegal, he was teasing me, right? Like he saw my driver's license. Like I said, I'll just say my name is Wood, so he only knows me as Wood. He saw my driver's license and he was like, wait. I thought your name was Wood, brother. Your name is Haywood, turnip seed. Ooh, that is strong. He said, it is strong. Do you know what that means? That is Swahili. He said, you know what that means in Swahili? I said, what does it mean? That your ancestors could not run very fast. I said, nigga, fuck you, nigga. He said, you speak motherfucking French. Au revoir. Get the fuck away from me. If your ancestors could block, we wouldn't have to worry about running, motherfucker. And somehow you still showed up here fucking 200 years later with your bitch ass. Hakuna Matata, my nigga. So Rex, I have to have his name Turnip Seed, right? It's a unique name. It really is. And like I said, my dad, his name was Haywood Turnip Seed Senior. He was born in the 40s when the name Haywood still wasn't very cool, but guess what? It didn't really matter. Because I grew up in the 70s and 80s, right? Like I have a brother named Musa and a brother named Yusuf, and then here I come named Haywood, and everybody's like, what the fuck happened in your family? And I'm like, well, let me explain. Like my father was a drug dealer, and then he got arrested, and he went to jail, and then my mother married the police officer who arrested him. No shit, she married the police officer who arrested him, and one day I went to visit my dad in jail. He was like, who brought you here? And I was like, the same nigga that brought you here. How about that? He meant that undercover shit. He is still undercover, my nigga. Then her and the police officer got divorced, and then she married a Muslim, and then they didn't work out, and then she married a Rastafarian. And I say that to say, this is why I'm standing in front of you today looking like a black history professor. Or an Uber driver. So I was like, see people see the kufi and then the dreadlocks, like in my neighborhood, they swear we fucking wizards. They're like not Washington wizards, they be like, you niggas are wizards, right? Well, partially that's because my kids speak in English accents. They watch Harry Potter, right? So they watch Harry Potter and shit. They go to the basketball court, take my son to the basketball court, and this motherfucker, instead of like calling foul, he want to put spells on people. What kind of shit? Like, they think we in the basketball. I live in Southeast Washington. I live on Martin Luther King Jr. Avenue, right? Like, you got to get off on Malcolm Exit to get to my neighborhood. This is how urban it is. At the corner of Malcolm X Avenue and Martin Luther King Jr. Avenue, there's a shrine dedicated to both of them. It's called Popeye's Chicken. I don't know. You familiar with it? Because say, let's be honest, who don't love that chicken? Both Martin and Malcolm are gonna be like, let's have a piece of chicken and then talk about how we gonna talk about these white folks. But this had my wife and her, that was a perfect neighborhood for us, because if it had been a KFC, we'd have been like, this is some bullshit. Because Kentucky Fried Chicken is Republican chicken. That shit is for Republicans. Somebody said facts. Like, not facsimile, but facts. This is true, right? That shit is Republican as fuck. Like, you ever see the spokesperson for Kentucky Fried Chicken? This old white man who wears an all-white suit. Let's stop right there. Who the fuck eats or makes finger-licking chicken wearing all white? Like, literally, you should have yellow streaks up and down your suit. Talking about, look how good my chicken is. Nigga, I can't keep my suit clean. But he got a clean-ass suit. And guess what? He says, you know what my name is? You can call me Colonel Sanders. Ooh, stop right there. Where you from? So All-Star game and be like, you right, nigga, Kanye is fucking up. Why can't we see his face no more? Just nigga, Kanye is fucking up, right? So I take my sons to the basketball court, right? These niggas, they watch Harry Potter. They don't know how to call foul. Somebody's fouling my son, and he's like, Father, they are stopping me from achieving my goal. I was like, wait a minute, call me coach. He's like, Father, you're funny. They are stopping me from achieving my goal. My goal is to put this ball in that goal, right? My goal is to get the ball in the hole. What is the problem, Father? They keep stopping me. Everybody I might go through, somebody goes, boom, boom, knocks me off my course, Father. You know what to do, Father? I know what to do. Expelliarmus, Expelliarmus. Look, Dada, everyone is stupefied. And I'm like, no, nigga, they just think you're stupid. And then somebody was like, we knew y'all was Jamaican. I was like, what? They was like, he got an English accent. Where y'all from? I was like, my wife was from Gaithersburg. I was like, where is that? I'm like, it's in a land called Property Value. Don't even... It's in Montgomery County. You ain't even got to worry about it. Another one. Oh, I can hear you. I can hear you. That's Anwar's ex-wife, right? Oh, he fucked up. But he is fucking up. You might want to think about that. As soon as he said, I heard he said Indonesian or something. I was like, you might want to try to keep that shit. You're going to find him every day. Man. I know that's what you keep telling him. That's why he want to leave, but that's the problem. Like, you don't have to keep telling him. He's already aware, but he's like, I can't take this shit. Muslim, man, it's hard. I grew up Sunni, right? I grew up Muslim, and people always like, what kind of Muslim did you grow up? Like, did you grow up like black Muslim or? I'm like, no, I grew up Sunni. Like, we had a Saudi imam and whatnot, so, I speak Arabic with prayers. Like, I know Fatiha, that's and everyone was right about fucking Eid and Christmas and shit like that. Like, I grew up Muslim and had Jewish cousins. They're the only cousins I can actually hang out with because we actually, could eat the same food. It was wild, right? Because I have, cousins who were like Christian and shit. They're like, why you don't come over here, nigga? Because you eat pork. Like, we can't eat that. And they was like, what is pork? And I was like, all that pig you eating. Funny thing is, now I eat pussy with no problem. That's true. Thank you. She said that like pussy. You have a good laugh. Laugh on this pussy. And I'll be like, My kids tease me about my voice all the time. They're like, Daddy, you sound like Mufasa. And I'm like, really? You think I sound like Mufasa? Like, which one of y'all trying to get me in an alley in front of a herd of wild crackheads to take all my shit? And what's wild is my older son would be like, you don't sound like Mufasa, Pop. I'm like, well, who do you think I sound like? He's like, Darth Vader. I'm like, that is the same voice, nigga. It's the same guy with the exact same fucking voice. And so he would say some of the same shit. I was like, it might be true what I'm hearing up the block. He was like, what are you hearing up the block? I was like, that I might not be your father. Kuna Matata. All right, guys, that's my time. That's my time.
Make some noise for Hayward Turnip. And make some noise for Anwar's wife.
Well, not Anwar's wife's friend.
I thought it was ex-wife, but when Anwar When,
Baby
yeah,
mama
baby
was.
mama also, when he was talking to the show, Anwar kept bringing like, yeah, I'm bringing my wife and her friend. I was like, you have so many divorce jokes. What actually is happening here? But see, I appreciate y'all coming out.
Yeah. Give it up for Anwar's wife's friend too.
Yeah.
She is in here. She is supporting. She's like, I'm gonna support both of y'all. We gonna do this. I got you, girl. Though. Fuck up, I got you. See, yeah, I know. I already know.
So, okay. Should we just do our entire set on Anwar's divorce?
Yes, we should. What the fuck happened during that pandemic? How the fuck did you get a baby and a fucking papers? I just want to know who served who. She was like, Anwar, you have got to go. You are funny. You are too funny for this house.
I think everyone's trying to get around the fact that he said his mom had 4 husbands. So,
She did,
okay,
she did.
let's. Which one is your favorite?
I'll never tell. No, my favorite, it was the one who I would see. I was like, hopefully. There you go, you get it.
Which one was your father?
My father's named Haywood, right? That was
Okay,
her
yep.
second husband. So she actually had 5 husbands, but 4 after I was married. So she married a guy before her, my dad and her dad, and they got divorced. And then she married my dad, right? And then he did sell drugs, and he went to jail. And she was like, I can't do this. And oddly enough, she did marry a police officer after that. So, and then everything else after that is true. They didn't work out. She married a Muslim. We became Muslim, and then they didn't work out. She married a Rastafarian, and here I am.
Nice.
I was like, don't let them fool ya. Allahu Akbar.
If your dad wants to marry a nice Christian lady, my mom is very single, but call that comedy.
He's like dead now, so no.
Okay, wait. Oh, damn.
He's gone, right? He was a drug dealer, right?
Yeah.
In the 90s. Like, who the fuck was still selling crack in the 90s?
Yeah.
Like, and he went out like a G till he got shot too at 60. Like, who the fuck? Like, I'll tell you a story about my dad, right? Like, he took me to my first therapy session. It was called Narcotics Anonymous. I was 13 and he took me to an NA meeting with him. He was like, I just want to show you, what I've been going through. And I was like, nigga, I know. Like, I saw New Jack City.
My name is Haywood and my dad is a narcotic. I don't even know what the...
No, I would sit there and listen. And then they'd be like, you want some more coffee? And I'm like, I'm 13. Make it Mountain Dew. And I can make it a Mountain Dew.
Hell yeah, man. Okay, so is your last name Turnip Seed?
Turnip. Just like the sound. Like Turnip, TURNIPSEED. It's a good old fashioned slave name. It really is.
Well, I was like, there's no way it's Turnip Seed. So it has to be Turnip Seed.
Turnip, no, not Turpin, because that's like something.
Okay, how did your dad and your mom meet?
Drugs.
Drugs? Okay, yeah. So was she... Yeah, what's the exact backstory? Because you kind of skirted that... You skirted
I
around
didn't start it. Like, he sold drugs. They met because she also sold drugs.
Okay.
And they were selling
Were
them
they
in
competing?
Chicago at like in the 70s at the height of... Like my mother, she could tell some story. Like she sold drugs to the Delphonics. So she was a young woman selling drugs. My father was a man getting into selling drugs and he was introduced to her. And then she was like, well, you can just push and I can stay home. And it started off a pretty, well, I don't know how it started off. I just knew like, for a while we had money. we were living in a high rise and shit. Like there was a pool, like it was like this is the 70s and like we had like white names, like they look like you. Like it was like white people, like who were like our neighbors and shit. And then all of a sudden we went to projects and I was like moving on up. Or then we went from Jefferson's to Good Times. We did, because when when they broke up, it was like like you had the carpet. Like this is the 70s, like when they had carpet, like Florida, like wall to ceiling mirrors and shit, like all of that drug shit. It was Tupperware. You don't know what Tupperware is. This is sad. This is why the fucking Chinese are winning.
just thought this is way less sexual than the last one.
Is it?
I don't watch gay porn, so I was...
I don't know, but somebody asked me one time, "Hey Wood, that's your name? Hey Wood, you blow me?" I was like, "What?" I'm undecided. That's too much for this crowd.
Okay, so where does your dad's name Haywood come from?
So Haywood is actually an old English name, but my grandmother's uncle was named Haywood. So it just means hedge forest. Turnip seed is from my granddad is originally. Well, my granddad is from Alabama, and the turnip seeds were a slaveholding family in Alabama. Actually, they imported, along with Negroes, greens. So like that's where my family comes from. And the wild thing about it was like there were other names on the plantation that could have been taken. And I remember asking my granddad like, why was that the one? And he was like, because it's famous.
What were the other names available?
I don't even know. After that, it was just like, that's just not famous. Only people I know is you. Thank you, somebody got it. Everybody. No, turnip seed is one of those. That's where it comes from. It's German. It means it's Rubsamen, which is rhubarb, which is a turnip. You know, turnip salespeople. They weren't salespeople though. They weren't salespeople. So it's a whole story on why I kept the name turnip seed. Well, I mean, why would I get rid of it, right? Like I went to the mosque, had some friends, and they were like, "You need to change your name," and I'm like, "To what? Like something that I said I don't fucking know." So, because I had a conversation with a brother, he was like, "You need to change your name to something, that's a slave name." Like, I was like, "Nigga, all names are slave names. What the fuck? That's too much. That's too much. That's too much." His name is Curtis.
That's my friend, that's my uncle.
You know, really, 'cause he changed his name to Suleiman, and it was like, you just changed the name to a name that you think is what it could be, but as black people were taken from Western Africa, like Islam was already there, right? So Arabic was already there. So I could choose a name, but I don't know what tribe I'm originally. Obviously, I do now. But I say that to say, like, keeping the name Turnip Seed in my mind was just like, hey, you don't own this, you didn't own us, we have this, let's take it.
So you say, okay, how did you? I guess what was your process like of finding your tribe or that whatever?
This is a website called Ancestry. So I had a what do you call it? What do you call them? You do one of those family trees. They have one of those projects, and then so you start looking into the name, and oddly enough, I had been told up until that time I had been told that it was Native American. And then it didn't even dawn on me that turnip seed couldn't have been Native American because they didn't speak English. Like, what the fuck? Like, they would have called their name turnip. No, it'd have been something different in reference to where we were, right? So even when you translate it now, it becomes something different, but when you hear the language, it is what it is. So I say that to say, as I looked that up, and then my granddad, started telling me a little bit more, aunts and uncles started telling me a little bit more. It was like, that's how you find out what that is. But I didn't really grow up with the turnip seeds because my parents were divorced. I grew up with my mom's side of the family, and it's a whole nother story over there.
What are their names? What's their? Do you like it though?
Well, my mother became Muslim, so she changed her name, but everybody else is. My mother has two sets of families. Her father and mother had her when they were 16 and 17. So this is in 1940s, right? And then he moved to Hollywood to become a star. And he was in a movie, he was in Carmen Jones and stuff like that, and he was a backup to Harry Belafonte. I say that to say he did what most black men, he got a white woman.
Yeah, he did his grandma.
He got a trophy. He got him a trophy, and he brought her back to Indiana, and then, so she has, her mother had 7 other children, and had 7 other children with other people, and then she has 4 brothers and sisters from her dad's side and her stepmom's side. So it's a unique. So I have this is why I have the Jewish cousins. People are like, you really? I'm like, yeah, because they were white to me, but it is it is what it is. So those are the people I grew up with.
Yeah, I was going to touch on the Jewish subject. I couldn't find a way to go back to it. So I guess last we'll end it on religion. So you said you grew up Islam, you had experience to Judaism, Christianity, just from sitting here with me. So take me through, I guess, your process of religion and where you are. What religion are you now?
Now, I'm a human now. That's it. That's the only thing I can relate to being every day, all day. So I say that to say, if you look at what religion is, religion, the root word of religion means just something that holds you down. Gravity is what pretty much, well, gravity and white supremacy. But yeah, they can both hold me down. They can hold you down. That white supremacy is like a motherfucker. Like, you want to get up? Wait, nigga. Like, so I say that to say, so I grew up Muslim, going to a mosque, but my great grandmother, who helped raise my mom, was Seventh-day Adventist, and we all had the same Sabbaths, or the same, Jumas, or the same. Basically, Friday into Saturday was the same time that we all could get together. But again, the Jewish cousins would come over, and they were cool because they would be like, mazel, and then we could eat, but that bread was fucking.
Was it good?
No, man, that bread was fucking, that shit was dry. I was like, I don't know how y'all survived. Like 40 years in the desert with this shit and no water. I don't know how y'all survived this shit. But, Islam and Judaism are cousins, essentially. You have Isaac and Ishmael, who are both children of Abraham, so they're all Abrahamic religions. And then Christianity comes in, but then the Sabbath is on, not the Sabbath, but then the soul day is on Sunday. So you have all of this happening in my area. And then also one of my aunts became Buddhist. And then we have a member of our family who was Baha'i. So a lot of different faiths were in my family. And I would hang out with all of these people and go to different services. And one of the things I took from that was just the universal thing that people call it like, I recently found out that I'm a minimalist because I minimize things to what they really are. And it's just like, do what's right. Do what's right. And what does that mean to you, right? And if that means harming someone else, you have to ask yourself why. So this is me looking in at 13 and being introspective and all of that shit. So as I grew up, I kind of carried that stuff with me, and I married a woman who's a Catholic.
Let's go, Catholic!
And she's a black Catholic, so it's a whole, she's a black Catholic. She feels guilty for slavery, She's like, it's our fault, we're the children of Ham. I was like, nigga, we don't eat pork. See, that's when people went to church, you know what I'm talking about, right? Like, they know the curse and all that shit. So when you get into religion, right? Religion is, when you start looking at it, what religion does is really about bringing you into this house and holding you down. It's about keeping you from realizing your true self. And if you realize that we are all avatars and we all live in this universe and that every bit of this universe is a creation and a recreation of itself, then at the end of the day, we are all children of the Most High, right? And I'm just trying to get high like that.
I'm gonna end it on that. That was absolutely fucking incredible. Guys, give it up for Haywood Turnham Seed. That was deep. That was hilarious. I'm gonna bring up our host one last time, Anwar Fikri. That was incredible. Thank you, Michael Scott and Haywood Turnham Seed, everybody. Oh, who the fuck thought we would get a fucking history lesson on religion?
Right.
Good lord, that was amazing. No, everything he said we could put on fucking a background with a landscape with quotes on it on Instagram. We would all get so many followers. It's amazing. Speaking of Instagram, follow this podcast. Yo, where you from? On Instagram, get us up. We're going to be posting all of this. We're going to be posting clips. Again, give a round of applause for all the comics that were here tonight. Thank you guys so much. Give a round of applause for yourselves for coming. Thank you guys so much. You guys, it's a weird format, right? But it works somehow. I don't know. I love it. I thank you guys again for coming out and just enjoying this with us. I mean, by the way, Haywood, I just want to let you know that you grew up as a black Muslim that wasn't Nation of Islam.
Right.
And my dad was like, well, I can't speak to you in Arabic. Let's go see Louis Farrakhan. That's what happened to us. Like, we were at the DC Armory, like, yes, yeah, eating bean pies and shit. They're like, brother, my light-skinned brother. I was like, yeah, I'm part of this. I understand. I'm like, yeah, they fucked us up in this. That's right, Louis. I get this.
Bean pie, bro.
That's all my brother had to contribute. One bean pie, bro. That's it.
Anyways, again, thank you guys so much. I really appreciate it. I hope you guys had a wonderful night. What'd you guys think? All right? Good?